Artificial intelligence, weekly Friday updates, today Friday, September 5th. And the epigraph for today is some learn Python, others learn JavaScript or Rust. He learns AI and finishes first. Okay, fine. So a lot of updates as usual. So let's first look at the leaderboard. And what's interesting here is that in coding, Mistral or recently was updated, and now it is pretty high. Well, on the top we still have Claude. Some people don't like Claude because it's kind of expensive. And the very first one is the Thinking 16K. So this is like more advanced model which thinks more, right? Then we have Qwen, then we have Gemini and GPT and so on. Also look at all the scores. They're all above 1400, like, and they're very, very dense, right? And in the regular chat on the left, Gemini is the first one, then GPT-5 high. High means more thinking, right? Then we have Claude, and then yellow is GPT, it's OpenAI. Claude, GPT. Here we have XAI, which is Elon Musk's company, and so on. Next, Microsoft. Here on the bottom we have Microsoft's first model. It's in preview, and it got in the top models. Okay, next, this is fascinating. This is absolutely amazing. So what we're talking about. Last week we spoke about Nemotron Nano models from NVIDIA, but now they came up with something else which is called Jet-Nemotron. What it is, imagine a model which is 20 to 50 or even like 53 times faster than similar models. And this acceleration is achieved by a two-step training process. So at the first step, the model is trained as usual. Of course, it's LLM, it's a transformer-based model. And you know that each level in transformer consists of two parts. There is like attention layer, and then there is a multi-level perceptron, MLP, like fully connected. So what they do now, they freeze the fully connected thing, they don't change it. But the attention layer, where they have matrices and matrix calculations, they change it, they tune it, they try to make it like more linear calculations, more simpler. They do search for like different optimizations, and the result is it does calculations much faster. So you see, they call it post-NAS, post-training architecture search. So they changing the architecture in layers, part of the layers which is responsible for attention. Now, Nemotron Nano, which we discussed last week, also small models, and it also faster, you see, up to 6 times faster, but it's doing it differently. It's doing it by using a hybrid architecture where they have transformer and they have Mamba. So it is faster, but this is like not the latest model. The Jet-Nemotron is the latest. Another thing about Jet-Nemotron is that it can actually scale. So they did it for small models, 2 billion parameters and 4 billion parameters. But in their paper, they say that there is absolutely no reason not to use it for bigger models. They just haven't done it yet, but they will. So suddenly we'll see the models which will be like 10 times faster, maybe, the big models. Next is, oh, hold on, this is the same slide. I'm a little bit confused. Yeah, anyway. Google MED, Max Adaptive Degree. So it's a privacy-preserving algorithm developed by Google and detecting subtle online trends without exposing individual user data and user queries. So challenge, discovering important rare phrases, niche topics, early trends in massive data sets without accidentally revealing unique user queries or activities. And well, there is a certain algorithm which they called MED, which accomplishes that. And they also made MED 2R for R for reasoning, advanced version. and MET to R outperforms previous privacy-preserving methods on most benchmarks. So it's a big achievement from Google. Okay, this is my shameless plug for my channel. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. It is Lev Selector. Just search Lev Selector on YouTube. We do it every Friday, and there are, I think, about 240 videos right now. Okay, LLMs as judges. So this is a paper which critiques the use of large language models as judges for evaluating the LLM systems, questioning their reliability, capability, scalability, and cost effectiveness. Well, nowadays you see it often. You see a system where there is one model in the center, and then around it there are several judges or censorships, censors or whatever, critics, evaluators, which evaluate how the central model works. And so this paper discusses if they're actually doing a good job. Well, apparently they're working because people are using it in production, but still. Using Google LangExtract with Gemma and Ollama. Last week we spoke about LangExtract. So this is a platform where you can use different models. You can plug into this platform, and you can tell it, for example, extract certain information from text, and it will extract it, and it will locate it, and it will highlight it for you. So here is just an article which makes implementation using LangExtract, and as a model they use small Gemma. Gemma is a small open source model from Google, and they run it using Ollama locally. So this is a good example. Okay, State of AI in Business 2025 report. Big report. Well, it's a big PDF. I don't know. Here it is. 26 pages. If you're interested in current state of AI, I guess it's a good reading. More than 1 billion people now use AI chatbots regularly. So this is interesting statistics. Recent releases have given even unpaid users access to most powerful models like ChatGPT-5 or Nano Banana. AI will only get cheaper and more abundant. Institutions every size face a chaos of 1 billion people wielding AI outperforms humans at the intellectual tasks. The 100 most influential people in AI. Well, yet another report listing 100 people. I will not show it, but here's the link. And when the video will be uploaded, under the video there are instructions how to get to the slides, and then you can click on all the links. So GitIngest. Here is the picture on the right. So you can turn any Git repository into a simple text digest of its code base. So this is very useful. You just give it the repo and it will describe the repo for you. The top 100 Gen AI consumer apps. Again, interesting reading, but this is coming from A16Z, so this is a venture capital firm, and this is their opinion. Next, this podcast I really liked. So this person, Tomas Tungus, he describes how he uses AI to digest podcasts, because he has to stay on top of 36 podcasts a week, and he uses AI to automatically convert these podcasts into text and then summarize them and make them into a digestible format for him. And another part is how he generates posts and podcasts, again, automatically. Very interesting. A lot of good tips. And Claire Vore, she does a lot of very interesting interviews. I subscribe to her channel. Highly recommend. So this is his daily processing pipeline. Download podcasts files automatically, transcribe using NVIDIA Parakey, cleans transcripts using Gemma 3, stores files in DuckDB database, generate daily summaries containing host and guest info, summaries, keynotes, and so on. part of what, because he is investing, so he wants to know about new companies to invest to. So the system, for example, extracts the names of the companies for him. You see company mentions which might warrant further research and so on. Very interesting. Next, AI hits entry-level jobs hardest. That means, for example, for people who just after college want to get a junior position, let's say as a software engineer, there is a study, it's a 13% drop in employment for these early career workers. How Cloudflare runs more AI models on fewer GPUs. Cloudflare, I use it, by the way. I really like it. It's a great service. It's content delivery network, well, first and foremost, but it has many other services. So they have something called Omni, and Omni is a Cloudflare internal platform for efficiently running and managing multiple models on a single machine and GPU using lightweight isolation techniques. A control plane, a runtime system that allows Cloudflare to spawn, orchestrate, and manage multiple AI models on their edge network models. So we're talking about using AI, but using AI in small models, so that you can run several of them on the same server, on the same GPU. Its purpose is to fully maximize GPU usage by allowing multiple small and low volume models to share GPU resources, minimizing idle capacity, and so on. This is the size of Cloudflare. Okay. Next, Microsoft VibeVoice, open source text-to-speech framework. Convert text into multi-speaker audio, up to 4 voices, up to 90 minutes. So you give it text, you give it, let's say, conversation of 2 people or something. It converts it to voices, and voices will be different, distinct, and it understands emotion, it understands intonation. So it's absolutely ideal for podcasts, audiobooks, interviews, multi-character narration, 2-part architecture, LLM to interpret the text flow, and then a specialized diffusion head, which generates high-fidelity, natural-sounding speech. Can handle emotions, cross-lingual ability, no simultaneous speaking or background effects. Well, yet. Contains audio watermarks and disclaimers to prevent misuse. Model is small, as you can see, 1.5 billion parameters, and there is also large, which is much better sound quality. And this model from Microsoft actually outperforms Gemini 2.5 TTS. And you see it's on GitHub, so it's open source. Apple FastVLM and Mobile Clip 2 VLMs. Apple is not really known for releasing things in open source. But now they did it with these 2 small models, vision language models on Hugging Face. They can run directly in the browser, leveraging web GPU. Okay, next, Weaviate 8-bit rotational quantization. This is very clever. So when you're doing a RAG, retrieval augmented generation, you convert text into vectors, and then you store those vectors. But in these vectors, you may have values which are big, and you may have vectors which values which are small, and they tend to have uneven distribution. So what these people here decided to do, they decided to take to generate a random matrix which does some sort of rotation, for example, and they multiply all the vectors on the same matrix. And because the matrix is random, the result is that the vectors will have more even distribution of the weights. What they actually do, at the very beginning, they generate 3 matrices. And they first multiply by one matrix, then by another, and the result you see in these sequential pictures, you get pretty good, even normal distribution of the sizes of the values. Why they want to achieve this? Because then when they quantize vectors down, they lose less information. So At the beginning, before they started the database, they generate those matrices, and then all the pieces of text, whether it's data they store or later questions which they want also to convert using the same mechanism for similarity search, they multiply on the same matrices. So this allows them to go from, let's say, 32-bit to only 8-bit. So 4 times less memory required for storage, for running. Everything runs much faster, and they lose only 1-2% of recall, which is great. So almost no loss. Next, AI helps paralyzed patients control robots. So this is a person which controls something with his mind. What's interesting here, there is no surgery. Electrodes are not embedded inside the brain. Electrodes are on the surface. So this is a regular EEG, electroencephalogram. And somehow AI can interpret EEG, and the person may command, let's say, the cursor on the screen to do something. So yeah, this is very interesting. This is great achievement. Next, AI-powered stethoscope. So you see the doctor, and she using a stethoscope, which looks like a small rectangular thing, right? Like a card-sized device. They used it across 200 doctors and 12,000 patients. What they found, that this device allows actually to find variations which human cannot detect, but AI can detect, and it greatly improves the diagnostics. So capturing EKG reading. 2 times rates of heart failure detection, 3.5 times higher detection of arterial fibrillation, 2 times diagnostics rate for valve disease. Next, Salesforce. They cut 4,000 jobs due to AI agents. So Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff says that AI agents replace nearly half of the company's support staff, cutting 4,000 roles. And despite the cuts, customer satisfaction stays on the level. Next, AI tools predict hereditary disease risk. So Mount Sinai scientists built AI model using more than 1 million health records to assess how likely rare genetic variants are to cause disease, helping tailor care and reduce false alarms. So very interesting use case using AI genetics, health, like prediction diseases. Next, NVIDIA launches Omniverse and Cosmos robotics tools. So NVIDIA is very big at training robots in virtual reality. So they are releasing their new libraries. And this is Omniverse libraries and Cosmos World Foundation models to accelerate the development, deployment of robotics solutions, right? Next, Anthropic raises 13 billion Series F, and valuation grew to 183 billion. So I guess it's 170 before they raised money, and with raised money is 183. So this is big growth. Okay, next. Yeah, so the previous valuation was 61 billion in March. 61, 183, so it's like 3 times grew in from March. Oh gosh, yeah, it's like half a year, 3 times growth. Lovable, we'll talk more about Lovable. So it's a Swedish vibe coding app, and they were growing very fast. They received some money at the end of 2024, then they received more money this year. In February they started aggressively advertising, so they achieved 2.3 million active users, reached more than 100, I think it's like 120 million ARR, which is annualized recurrent revenues, which is subscription. That means that every month they receive about like $10 million. They did it very fast, and yeah, there are many companies like that, but this is a great success story. Next, OpenAI acquires Statsig for $1.1 billion. This is A/B testing platform. Another acquisition by OpenAI, they acquired Alex, an AI coding assistant for Xcode. They haven't disclosed the amount here. I think it should be, of course, much smaller than Statsig. Peter Diamandis says, massive transformative purpose, MTP, is no longer corporate jargon, it's a survival strategy. It allows you to build movements and communities, attract top talent, inspire products and services, focus during hypergrowth, align people beyond politics. So Peter Diamandis talks a lot about shifting from regular 9-to-5 job mentality to becoming more entrepreneurial, and leadership, like transformation, and so on. Kevin Whale, Chief Product Officer at OpenAI, put it bluntly, every product, every service, every device we use today was built pre-AI. They are all going to be reinvented. That means there is a lot of work to do. Okay. Mutant LongCat-Flash-Chat open source LLM. So Mutant, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. So it's a leading Chinese technology company, operates extensive online platforms, local lifestyle services, food delivery, restaurant reviews, and so on. They released a model which is 560 billion parameters. They made it open source, right? As usual, mixture of expert architecture, 120K context length, MIT license, GitHub and Hugging Face. There are so many models. I just couldn't stand just to show at least like one more. Okay, Switzerland Apertus. What it is, it's kind of like a national open models by their government. So it's fully open, multilingual, trained on a lot of tokens. Just released, available in two sizes, 8 billion and 70 billion parameters, and support 1,000 languages and long context. US government buys 10% of Intel, so spends about $9 billion, and they support Intel because Intel has foundry operations which are critical for some projects of US government, so they bought part of Intel. Next, Mistral makes enterprise AI free. Mistral recently was updated and performs very well. So they announced that they now have a memory system, meaning memory for your chats. And also they released 20 enterprise apps connectors for free. So they make it more accessible for users. And this directly undercutting premium offerings from OpenAI, Anthropic, Microsoft, and Google. Google Jules 2.0 autonomous asynchronous coding agent. People writing a lot of positive reviews. It's powered by Gemini 2.5 Pro, 1 million token context window. And yeah. Next, BlackRock builds AI agents for stock picking. So BlackRock is a huge financial company. It's called Alpha Agents, a modular multi-agent system powered by large language models for equity research, portfolio construction, aiming to improve stock selection and mitigate cognitive bias through collaborative agent reasoning. Make Claude Code a genius with prompts. This is a very good GitHub repository, which has multiple prompts and kind of teaches you how to use prompts effectively. GPT-5 prompt leaked. So this is, okay, maybe I'll just show it here. So this is GPT-5 prompt and it is discussed. Next, OpenAI Jobs platform. This is not released yet. They are planning to release it 2026, but this is to compete with LinkedIn. So this is AI-powered hiring platform. And OpenAI expanding in other niches as well. For example, browser, social media app. They're also going into creating their own chips and robots. Automating browser with Selenium and Playwright. So here, this is article, very good article showing, demonstrating how to automate working with the browser. Well, Selenium is very well known for testing web applications. Playwright, I didn't know it that much, but here are some examples how you install Selenium. From Selenium, import WebDriver. You go for Chrome, login, username, send password, send click, and so on. Many examples in this article. Very good introduction. Next, fast growth. Here I compare three startups: Base44, Bolt.new, and Lovable. They both growing very fast. For example, Base44 took 7 months to get to 40 million ARR, which is annualized subscriptions, right? And it was acquired by Wix, which is a big platform where people who don't know how to program can easily create their interactive websites. And after acquisition, it continues to grow even faster. So it's a great success story. And what this application allows people to do, it allows to non-coders to build applications by just talking to the system using LLM. It builds both front-end and back-end. You can kind of take it out. You cannot take backend out because it's hooked in their database, in their authentication system, but you definitely can take out the front end. And the front end, of course, is JavaScript base. Bolt is a very interesting company. They grew even faster. You see, it took them only 5 months to go to 40 million ARR. And by the way, all these three companies, their growth was because of like viral wow effect. And they would support it. They would give people who write posts on Twitter or LinkedIn, they would give them free usage or somehow differently. Well, for example, they were inviting some influencers and were paying those influencers to write about their systems and support them. So this growth is definitely engineered. Bolt here is also interesting because what they do, they use WASM Rust coding. So they run their development in browser, but it's not written in JavaScript. It's written in Rust, which is running using WebAssembly in the browser. Why it is good? Because they can support a lot of users, and these users will use their own computers. So Bolt are very clever. They don't have to spend a lot of money on servers. And yeah, and next is Lovable. Lovable is a Swedish company. I already spoke about it. It also grew very fast. And they actually did a lot of clever advertising as well, using 12 different channels. So here are success stories. Of course, there are hundreds and hundreds of copycats. Last week I spoke about showing the video where people in just 1 hour reproduced the Base44 using Claude code. So it's very easy to copy. Next, about jobs. Well, September just started, not many layoffs yet. This is, I guess, Salesforce. You see 4,000 people. These are tech layoffs by year. Well, this year total is still looks like lower than it was last year. And that's it for today for this video. Thank you.